Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, I'm continuing my gay movie marathon, and I finally got to Love Simon. Now, I nearly saw this film a few years ago. I think in 2019 they screened it at my local library, which is like across the road, and I just happened to be over there at the time, and it was on, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind watching this. But it's like a group thing. They're probably like a movie club or something, and I don't know how do I buy a ticket. Like it's already started, so I just sort of wandered around the library looking at stuff and sort of half watching the film for a few minutes, and I left. And I was like, damn. And I found out later it was actually part of the Midsummer Festival, where it was actually a free screening that they had at the library. The idea, for gay people to watch and, meet each other and stuff. And it's like, oh, great. So I still don't know any gays in my area, and that was on for free right in my area, and I missed it. So it's funny because I'm sure some of the guys saw me walking around. They probably thought it was some closet case who was too scared to actually sit down and watch the film or something. But yeah, so 6 years later, I finally watched the film. Bought it on DVD a couple of years ago. I just didn't have the time, but I watched it. It was good. Now, the film came out in 2018. It got really good critical, got good reviews. It did well in the box office. It made, I think, around 40 million in the US and about another 25 in Canada. So 65 million, which considering it cost between 10 and 70 million, which I'm guessing 10 was the budget and 7 was the promotion because they can't make up their mind about exactly how much it was. So it made a little bit of money, which is surprising. It was a mainstream film from Universal. It was like for like a teen sort of romance flick. It was one of the first ones that dealt with gay teenagers, and first in a while it actually did any well either way. So it was good. I was afraid it was going to be really safe, and although they pretty much totally avoided the issue of sex and gay sex, they did very much focus on love, and it worked. I wasn't sure. Now, there's one cringe character who ends up blackmailing the main character Simon when he finds out that he's gay, and tries to get him to help him get with a friend of his. And in order to do that and to keep his secret, he basically messes his friends around and tries to keep two apart that are interested and so on. It gets a bit messy. And when he is eventually outed, because this guy keeps pursuing Simon's friend, it doesn't go well. And then he humiliates himself in public in a major way. And to draw attention away from that, he outs Simon anyway. So being someone who was outed myself in college, I was relating to it quite a bit, and there's that crushing, just that it leads to the sort of crushing sort of scene where he just is like totally alone and isolated, and I understand how that feels. His friends have sort of turned on him in a way, and I was a bit disappointed in them because I'm like, how do you not appreciate the situation he was in? They're just focusing on how he sort of messed them around, which he did, but he did it because he was afraid of being outed and so forth, and they eventually come true, and they end up being friends again. It's all fine, but he wants to know, because the whole reason why this happened was there was a guy who came out on a website that everyone was looking at, and he started talking to him and he started falling in love with him, and this other guy saw his emails accidentally, and that's how he knew he was gay and he was going to use that to blackmail him because he screen captured him and all that. And after all this came out, this guy called Blue disappeared, and someone basically messaged him and said, look, basically it's the end of the year, after the play, meet me after the play, so everyone is watching, waiting to see what happens, and he gets on the Ferris wheel and he's going around, and the guy never gets on. Starts from everyone's cheering to like, oh, that's so sad, and then stops, and then the guy who blackmailed him sort of pretends to be the gay guy for a minute to sort of save him the embarrassment. He's like, oh, F off, and he's like, look, here's one more ride. And then this other guy comes up, and the best part was he was the guy I wanted it to be early in the film, but they sort of made it look like he wasn't the gay kid, because he was the only other cute kid in the film. The other one was the one from Bumblebee, the friend from Bumblebee. He played Nick. He's really cute as well, but the other guy was cute, so it's good. He ended up with the guy, they end up kissing, and then they end up at the end, like when you see them driving to school in the morning, instead of 4 coffees they're getting 5, because now he's part of the group. And it was a nice message. It was nice and safe, and Jennifer Garner was the mother, which I didn't realize she was the mother, and the hot guy from Transformers, Josh Duhamel, was the dad, a very emotional dad, and it was just a really good, nice, Hollywood gay movie, romantic teen gay movie, which we needed and we got, and it did well. It was well received. It made money, and why haven't there been more? Yeah, I mean, aside from bringing up some of my personal trauma and stuff, and that, it was really. I mean, I must admit, it took 4 hours to watch because whenever the cringe character came on that was blackmailing him, I had to like stop the movie and go do something for half an hour because he just annoyed me so much. So I started the film a bit after 6 and I finished it around 10. It's an hour and 45 minutes. So the rest of the time I was like, ugh, I can't deal with that guy. But aside from him and having to watch him again if I review it again, the film was great and I loved it. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'm on to the next gay movie because I've got about 20 more. So I'm just going to watch them all before I die.